Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to study the 10th chapter of our English course book, The Black Spot, written by R.L. Stevenson. The full name of R.L. Stevenson was Robert Louis Stevenson. Okay. First of all, we'll study about our author, Robert Louis Stevenson. Robert Louis Stevenson was born in the year 1850 and he died in the year 1894. He was a Scottish novelist, poet, and a travel writer. He is the 26th most translated author in the world. Some of his famous works are Treasure Island, Kidnapped, Strange Cases of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and A Child's Garden of Verses. This chapter, A Black Spot, has been extracted from his novel Treasure Island. Now let's move on to the chapter. My poor father died quite suddenly that evening, which put all the matters on one side. Okay, now actually this chapter has been taken from between the novels, so it is, and there is some back story and there is pre story and there is some post story. इसके आगे की भी कुछ story है, इसके बाद की भी कुछ story है, ठीक है. So for knowing the complete story, you could study the novel Treasure Island. So he further says that the speaker is saying that my father died suddenly at that evening, and whatever was happening before that we forgot about all those matter and we focused on the funeral of my father. Okay, the speaker is saying our natural distress, the visits of the neighbor, the arranging of the funeral, and all the work of the wind to be carried on in the meanwhile kept me so busy that I scarcely had time to think of the captain, far less to be afraid of him. Okay. So the the speaker is saying that suddenly that his father died that evening, and he forgot about all the previous matter, and they were quite upset, and the neighbors started visiting them after the death of his father. He started arranging for the funeral, and he was started looking after all the work of the inn. Inn means hotel. Okay, basically a hotel or a place where they stay, to be carried on in the meanwhile. And the speaker was so busy in all these works that he forgot about the captain. The speaker was afraid of the captain, but he was also busy in all this work that he almost forgot about the captain, far less to be afraid of him. He got downstairs next morning and had his meals as usual. Though he ate little, singing was his favorite pastime. No one dared to cross him when he burst into a song. Okay. So after the funeral, the captain got downstairs next morning and he had his food, whatever was there. He ate a little bit of food, and singing was the favorite pastime of the captain. And nobody in the hotel dared to stop him when he was singing. On the night before the funeral, he was singing his ugly old sea song. It was shocking to hear those songs. Okay, before the funeral night, the captain was singing very ugly and bad sea songs, and all those hearers were present over there. They were very much shocked to hear those songs. But he had grown very weak after the stroke, and nobody messed with him. We were all in the fear of death for him, and the doctor was suddenly taken up with a case many miles away. Okay, but the captain had grown very weak, and the stroke is a attack. We all know what is a stroke. Okay, stroke is an illness when a blood vessel is in the brain burst. So the stroke, after the stroke, the captain became very weak, and nobody used to mess with him. Nobody used to cause him any problem. Okay. And everybody, along with the speaker, everybody was afraid of the death of the captain, and the doctor who was looking after the captain had gone for a case very miles away. The captain continued to grow weaker. He clambered up and down the stairs, walked to the parlor and back again, and sometimes put his nose out of doors to smell the sea. Okay. Now the captain was continuously growing bigger. He used to move up and down the stairs. He was walking to the parlor, and then he used to return from the parlor, and sometimes he used to put his nose. Sometimes he used to go out of the doors so that he could smell the sea. Or smell the sea मतलब sea की कोई खुशबू नहीं आती थी, ठीक है? Just to see the visual of the sea and to enjoy the beauty of the sea. Holding on the walls for support as he went, and breathing hard and fast like a man on a steep mountain. Okay. And while looking at the sea, he used to take the support of the wall and used to breathe so hard as if a person who is climbing a mountain. उनकी सांसें इतनी तेज़ चलती थी जैसे कोई इंसान पहाड़ चढ़ रहा हो, जिसकी पहाड़ चढ़ने वाले इंसान की जितनी तेज़ सांसें चलती थी, similarly was the breath of the captain. He never particularly addressed me. His temper was more flighty and more violent than ever. Okay, now the captain never used to address the speaker or talk to the speaker in a very polite manner, and his temper, his mood used to be much more angry and much more violent than before. Now he drew his cutlass very alarmingly and kept it bare before him on the table. Then what does he does? He took out his cutlass. What is a cutlass? It is a short sword with a bent or curved blade. Now he took his cutlass and kept it in front of him in the table, but with all that he minded people less and seemed shut up in his own thoughts and rather wandering. But along with this, he was not the captain was not bothered of all the people around, and he used to keep quiet, and he shut up in his own keep quiet. He used to think, he was in his own thoughts, and he avoided going here and there. Once, for instance, to our extreme wonder, he piped up to a different air, a kind of country love song that he must have learnt in his youth before he had begun to follow the sea. So once what happened, which once an incident happened which surprised the speaker and remaining people over there. He sang a different kind of country love song which was very different from the usual songs he used to sing. This song was very much melodious and very nice as compared to the song he used to sing, and the speaker, after listening this song, thought that this song had been learned by the captain during his youth days before he started sailing in the sea. So things passed until the day after the funeral, and about 3 o'clock of a bitter, foggy, frosty, I was standing at the door for a moment full of sad thoughts about my father. Okay. Now, after the day of the funeral, at around 3 o'clock, and the afternoon was quite bitter, foggy. Foggy means dhundla or frosty. It was a bit cold. The speaker was standing in the door for quite some time. He was thinking about his father, and he was quite sad at that time. When I saw someone drawing slowly near along the road. So, while he was standing on the door thinking about his father, he saw someone coming through the road towards him. He was plainly blind, for he tapped before him with a stick and wore a great green shade over his eyes and nose. Okay, he was this man who was coming towards him was bit blind. He was moving with a stick, and he was wearing a great green shade over his eyes and nose, and he was haunched as if with age or weakness. Haunched मतलब वो इंसान जो होते हैं ना थोड़े से झुक जाते हैं, वैसे टाइप का था वो. It might be because of his age or weakness, and wore a huge old tattered sea clock, and he wore a very huge old tattered means फटा हुआ, ठीक है. सी क्लॉक मीन्स चोघा टाइप का होता है, ठीक है. क्लॉक विथ अ हुड दैट मेड हिम अपीयर पॉजिटिवली डिफॉर्म्ड, एंड दैट क्लॉक हैड अ हुड in it. I never saw in my life a more dreadful looking figure. Now, after looking at this man, the speaker said that मैंने कभी भी इतना बेकार या खतरनाक देखने वाला इंसान अपनी लाइफ में नहीं देखा. He stopped a little away from the inn, raising his voice in an odd sing song, addressed the air in front of him. Now, this man stood a little away from the inn. Okay, from the inn or the hotel where this speaker was standing, and he raised his voice, and in a very odd song in a odd manner, singing song manner, he addressed the people in front of him and said that, will any kind friend inform a poor blind man who has lost the precious sight of his eyes in the gracious defense of his native country England, and God bless King George, where or in what part of this country he may now be. Now this blind man raised his voice and asked the people who were surrounding him or around that place that, will anyone inform him that will any kind person will inform this blind man who have served the country of England and King George that which part of the country he is now. You are at the Admiral Benbow, Blackhill Cove, my good man, said I. To this the speaker replied that where was he? He was at the Admiral Benbow, Blackhill Cove. I hear a voice, said he, a young voice. Will you give me your hand, my kind young friend, and let me in? Now, replying to the speaker, this old blind man said that I can hear a voice. It is a very young voice. Then he requests the speaker that, can you give me your hand, my kind young friend, and can you please take me in? I held out my hand, and the horrible, soft-spoken, eyeless creature gripped in a moment in like a vice. I was so much startled that I struggled to withdraw, but the blind man pulled me close up to him with a single action of his arm. Now, when the speaker stretched his hand towards the old man, and when the old man caught hold of his hand, he was startled. The speaker was horrified. Why? Because this extremely soft-spoken old man, when he took grip of his hand, the grip was too strong, and that the speaker started to struggle. And the speaker at first tried to remove his hand from the hold of the old man, but the blind man pulled him closer to him with a single action of his arm. Now, boy, he said, take me into the captain. Sir, said I, upon my word, I dare not. Now, this old man told the speaker that now you take me to the captain. To this, the speaker replied that, sir, I could not take you to the captain. As we all know, in the beginning of the chapter only, the speaker was too much afraid of the captain. Oh, he sneered. That's it. Take me straight in or I will break your arm. To this, the old man replied that, oh, you take me in or I will break your arm. And he gave it as he spoke of wrench that made me cry. And I was saying, after saying that, he wrenched his arm, मतलब उसने उसकी कलाई और आर्म को मरोड़ा. ठीक है, उसने बस बोला नहीं, उसने उसकी कलाई को भी मरोड़ दिया कि मेरे को अंदर लेके जाओ, नहीं तो मैं तुम्हारी आर्म्स तोड़ दूंगा. सर, सेड आई, इट इज़ फॉर योर सेल्फ. आई मीन द कैप्टन इज नॉट वॉट ही यूज टू बी. ही सिट्स विद अ ड्रॉन कटलास, अनदर जेंटलमैन. टू दिस द स्पीकर रिप्लाइड दैट, सर मैं आप ही के लिए आपको अंदर, आप ही की भलाई के लिए आपको अंदर नहीं लेके जा रहा हूँ, बिकॉज द कैप्टन इज़ नाउ अ चेंज मैन. ही सिट्स विथ हिज कटलास. ही हैज़ बिकम अ डिफरेंट मैन. So this in this class we have studied half of the chapter. In the next class we are going to study with the remaining half of the chapter. I hope you all are able to understand. Thank you. Have a nice day.